Right now, as you're watching this video, something inside you is dying. Not metaphorically, literally. Cells are breaking down, neural pathways are being rewired against you, and the scariest part, it feels good. That's the trap. That's how it gets you. Stay with me for the next few minutes because I'm going to show you something your brain has been hiding from you for years. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. Let me ask you a question. When was the last time you did something to relax? A cigarette after a stressful day, a drink to take the edge off, scrolling, a bet, a quick moment alone with your phone at 2 a.m. And afterwards, be honest, did you actually feel better? Or did you feel a little emptier, a little more tired, a little more like you needed the next one? That's not relaxation, that's a loan. And your body is the collateral. Here's the psychological truth nobody tells you. Bad habits don't relieve stress. They create it, then sell you the cure. It's the most brilliant scam in human biology, and it's running inside your skull right now. Let me show you how the machine works. Deep in your brain, there's an ancient system built for survival, the dopamine system. It was designed to reward you for things that kept you alive. Food, water, connection, achievement. Dopamine isn't pleasure. That's the myth. Dopamine is anticipation. It's the wanting, not the liking. It's the voice that whispers, just one more. And every addiction on this planet, nicotine, alcohol, gambling, pornography, all of them hijack this exact system. They don't create new machinery in your brain. They steal the machinery that was supposed to make you love your life. Take smoking. You think the cigarette calms you down, but here's what's actually happening. Nicotine leaves your bloodstream within hours, and your brain enters withdrawal. That anxiety you feel, that restlessness, that's not life stressing you out. That's the cigarette itself, screaming for its next dose. So you smoke, the withdrawal stops, and your brain records, cigarette equals relief. You're not relieving stress. You're relieving the stress the cigarette created. You're paying a ransom to your own kidnapper 20 times a day. And while you're paying, your body is quietly falling apart. Every puff floods your blood with carbon monoxide, so your heart has to beat harder for less oxygen. Your arteries stiffen. Your lungs fill with tar that your body will spend decades trying to clean out. You don't feel it today. That's the point. The bill doesn't arrive today. Now alcohol. Society did something genius with alcohol. It dressed poison in a suit and called it a personality. I just drink to unwind. But watch what actually happens inside. Alcohol suppresses your nervous system, and your brain, fighting to stay balanced, floods itself with stimulating chemicals to compensate. When the alcohol wears off, that stimulation is still there, raw, exposed, unopposed. That's why you wake up at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding. That's the anxiety drinkers call the fear. You drank to calm down, and you manufactured tomorrow's panic. Meanwhile, your liver, the only organ standing between you and every toxin you consume, is scarring, cell by cell, silently. Because the liver has no pain nerves, it never complains. It just quietly quits. Gambling is even darker because there's no substance at all. It's pure psychology. Casinos and betting apps run on something called a variable ratio reward schedule, the single most addictive reward pattern ever discovered. Rats pressing a lever for random rewards will press it until they collapse. Sound familiar? The near miss, the almost won. Your brain fires dopamine for a loss as if it were a win. Read that again. You lose money and your brain rewards you for it. The machine doesn't need to beat you. It just needs to keep you playing because mathematically, staying in the game is losing. And what wears out isn't just your wallet, it's your stress system. Cortisol, constantly elevated. Sleep, destroyed. Relationships, mortgaged for one more chance to feel that spike. And now the one nobody talks about, pornography and compulsive masturbation. Your brain evolved over millions of years in a world where seeing one potential mate was a rare, significant event. Now you can see hundreds of hyper-stimulating images in a single night. Your dopamine system wasn't built for this. It's like pouring rocket fuel into a lawnmower. So the brain defends itself the only way it knows how. It downregulates. It removes dopamine receptors. And here's what that means in real life. The things that used to excite you stop working. Real people seem boring. Real goals feel pointless. Food tastes flat. You're not depressed because life is empty. Life feels empty because you've burned out the circuit that was supposed to make it feel full. You traded your ambition, your drive, your hunger for life, for pixels. And the cruelest part? Each session drains the exact energy you needed to change your life. And then the shame of it sends you right back for relief. A perfect closed loop. a snake eating its own tail. Do you see the pattern now? Every single one of these habits follows the same script. Step 1. Spike the dopamine higher than real life ever could. Step 2. The brain adapts and pulls your baseline down. Step 3. Normal life now feels gray, so the habit becomes the only color. Step 4. You're no longer using it to feel good. You're using it to feel normal. That's the moment the trap closes. Not with a bang, silently. And your body keeps the score of all of it. Chronic stress hormones eating your immune system. Sleep architecture shattered, so you never actually repair. Testosterone declining. Skin aging faster. Brain fog you've had so long you think it's your personality. Inflammation smoldering in your arteries like a slow fire in the walls of a house. Invisible until the day the whole structure gives. You're not living and occasionally indulging. You're eroding and occasionally noticing. Here's the thought that should genuinely frighten you. Your habits are compounding, just like interest. One cigarette is nothing. One drink is nothing. One night is nothing. But you are not doing it once. You're running the program 10,000 times, and every repetition carves the neural groove deeper until the behavior doesn't feel like a choice anymore, because neurologically, it barely is. The brain automates whatever you repeat. You practice this. You trained for this. You are, right now, the most experienced version of yourself at being addicted that has ever existed. And tomorrow you'll be even better at it, unless you do the one thing addiction cannot survive. See it clearly. Addiction lives in the dark. It survives on autopilot, on "I deserve this," on "just this once," on "I'll stop Monday." The moment you watch yourself reach for the habit and consciously name what's actually happening, this is not relief. This is withdrawal. You drive a wedge into the machine. And here's the good news. Your brain has also been hiding. The same neuroplasticity that dug you into this hole can dig you out. Dopamine receptors regrow. Weeks, not decades. The liver, that silent, loyal organ, regenerates like almost nothing else in your body. Lungs begin clearing from the first smoke-free day. The brain fog lifts. Colors come back. Real life starts producing signal again. Thousands of people describe the same eerie experience after quitting. "I feel like I woke up. I didn't know I was asleep." You are not weak. You were outplayed by industries with billion-dollar budgets and by a survival system that doesn't know it's no longer in the jungle. But now you've seen the machine. You know the dealer's cards. So here's my challenge. Just for today, not forever, your brain will panic at forever. Just for today, when the urge comes, don't obey it and don't fight it. Just watch it. Feel it rise, peak, and this is the part they never tell you, fall. Every urge dies on its own in about 15 minutes if you don't feed it. Survive 15 minutes, and you've just proven to yourself who's actually in control. Because that thing inside you that's been dying quietly this whole time, it can start coming back to life tonight. The choice is the next 15 minutes.